when did you have to test for the Triple Crown to be a Triple Crown Memory Master? Not anything with the competition. When did you test to be a Triple Memory Master?
Was
it February?
I did that. I think I did that February or March. It was definitely before April, but I think March. Yeah, because wait, no, it was either one of those 2 months. Okay. It was either February or March.
Now, did you tested for all 3 cycles in one day?
Yes.
How long did that take?
Well, I don't know. I'd say about like 2 to 3 hours. I don't know.
I guess that's less than I imagined, but you do have the timeline that's the same and the math is the same. So you don't have to read that each time.
No, you don't.
Do you feel that you know the memory work like this?
I mean, yeah, I think I could.
Did you study by subject? Did you study by subject?
Well, first I actually started learning by like subject, and I would just go straight, and one thing I realized is they're not always gonna ask me in context. So I had to learn it out of order and out of context and stuff. So like my mom would help would ask me, hey, so tell me the 13 times table, and then instead of saying after I finished that, tell me the 14 times table, she would just jump to a different whole new subject, because it helps, even though it helps us with like your brain, because like sometimes your brain will like be like, when you get used to it, then your brain expects for someone, they don't like, here, how do I word this? So like your brain and will like expect, it won't exactly expect them now. Like when you learn it, it doesn't really matter what question you ask, because your brain doesn't now expect you to ask the next question. So you'll be ready for any question.
Okay.
Because
you get used to the randomness of different subjects.
Yeah.
And in this, you're referring to the National Memory Master competition, not just being tested for a Memory Master, right?
Well, also when you're being tested for Memory Master, after you finish saying it, they will also ask you the random questions, and to just do a double quiz to see if you can, plot check you.
That's true. Basically. So they just choose anything from anywhere, and it's not in order. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Wow. That is so interesting. So now I want to kind of still ask you more to do with the National Memory Master competition. How did you get accepted to compete? One of 17 kids?
16.
One of 16 kids.
So basically you had to send in the proofing that you were a memory master. And so basically you had to at least have 2 memory masters. You have to be 12, no older than 12, no younger than 11. You have to be moving into challenge A the next year. So like they're basically giving you so much things that to make sure that you are only able to try or do it once in your lifetime.
Okay.
So it's like if you just miss the time, then you just can't do it.
When did they start doing this? Do you know? How long has this been going on?
I don't know, but I know that they've been doing it for like before 2016, I think.
Okay.
So like
it's fairly new, but it's not brand new.
Yeah.
Okay. I have some more questions on how you got ready for this, okay? What resources, were there things that were really helpful for you when you were studying to help you learn stuff. You mentioned King Things, that you used some of the songs for the multiplication. Are there any other tips that you could share with people that maybe they don't know about that helped you learn all this information?
So this is just like a random one. So what one of the other foundations tutor it showed me was like, so basically like this was for like creating the prompts. Like, so they would have in the the National Memory Master, they would ask you to do, they would give you 10 prompts from different subjects, and you would have to write them into a paper in under 30 minutes. So
this is part of the competition?
Yes.
So can you give me an example of what you mean when you say 10 prompts? What exactly do you mean?
So like they would say like, tell me about the, so they would do like they would give you 10 prompts like the Aztecs, and then like Latin, then they would give you one from English, like say a
so they would just pull maybe 10 random things out of all 10, of the free work,
and you would have to weave them into a creative story.
All together. They have to fit together. Yes. Latin and the geography and whatever else.
In under 30 minutes.
You did this at the competition, or this was part of being qualified for it?
This was at the competition.
Wow. Do you remember what you wrote?
So this was in round 2. So that was if you made it to round 2. So I didn't make it because there's only 4 finalists that make it to round 2. Okay. But I did it to prepare for round 2. So I had to do like quite a few papers, and so like my mom would give me different prompts and stuff.
Did you enjoy that? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun. And like seeing how like looking up and seeing how they tie in, and like seeing like oh, this actually can tie into this, and how some of this Latin ties into Rome, and like how the sun ties into some of this other stuff.
So that question was one I wanted to ask you as well, because you have all of these facts in your head that you've learned. I was writing it down yesterday. So the timeline has 161 events and people on it that you've learned. There's 46 US presidents. You've learned 72 history sentences over 3 cycles, 72 science facts, 340 geographic features, the multiplication tables 1 through 15, the squares, the cubes, the laws. It's unbelievable. So do you feel like your brain has just blown up with this information, and have you made connections? Like you're saying, they're trying to have you see connections with these random pieces that they give you. Do you see how the puzzle fits together with all of this information, that it's not just random and that it's beautifully woven together? Can you talk about it for a minute?
So, I mean, so like a lot of these tie into like no matter what, some of these are gonna help you like when you grow up. So like say you want to be a historian or something, you have to know about history and timeline. Those two help. Say you want to be also math helps. Say you want to be a video game designer, math, you'll need that. And so these don't just help now out, and also
you're laying a great foundation, right? And getting all of this stuff and seeing how different pieces fit together, because the geography, what I love about classical conversations is nothing is random, that the geography sentences, or not sentences, the areas you're learning in geography fit together with the history.
Because
the timeline fits with the geography, and they just all come together. And if you learn it all, you end up with this vast amount of knowledge.
Yeah, and like you learn about like say the Aztecs in history, and you're like, like, so where do these tie in? And maybe a few weeks later or in the same week, like in geography, you learn like where the Aztecs are on the map app, and it shows, and like in timeline, it has like the different uh dates and stuff off, and like it will show like when, around what point did the Aztecs live and stuff. So it all really ties in.
It's amazing. Okay. Any other resources that you used that helped you study? Did you use these sheets, like the proof sheets in the back of each cycle? Were those
Yes.
were those gold to you? Did you just have
Yeah.
those time and keep going through it?
That book really helped. I mean, like, it really helped with like, because it helped with like showing me like what like they're gonna quiz me on, and then like it helped me with um like it helped me with practicing it backwards also, like, because you could see like where the timeline is, whereas just doing it in your head, or like what comes before it. Yeah.
Yes.
So like, yeah, like the same thing I was saying with geography, how I would look at the map and draw it. I would look at the thing and try and memorize it, basically.
So you used those sheets, you used some of the songs. Anything else you used that you are keeping back from us that we should know about? Any secret weapons?
Not really. I mean, parents helped.
Okay.
Helps. It really helps
Grit,
to
right?
have a parent there or an adult there to help quiz you and be there to like help you and show you.
Here's a question for you. How often did you review? So let's say how often did you review the material that you knew? You've got 3 cycles worth. So you said you studied each day for at least an hour?
Yeah. So I would study more than that, definitely, but like I would at least try to put an hour in. So like the geography, I'd at least try to do at least like 1 map a day. And the timeline, I'll try to say at least like 2 weeks or 1 week worth as backwards. And then like the Latin, I'd say the John 1:1-7 in English and Latin, in like at least like 3 times each, because as the Latin was very tricky, because sometimes you say like like so how Latin works is there's like the same one word can have 3 different words. So like God has Deo, Deus, and Deum. So like I would get confused with those. So it had to take me a lot of practice to learn where is Deo, which one is for Deus, and which sentence fits with Deum. So
Did you ever write any of it out, or did you just do it all orally and looking at it and just trying to remember it?
Yes, I did write out the timeline. That helped me memorize. I definitely wrote out or drew the geography map. I did the Latin and I did, and also the app helped memorize too. The Foundations app, those also helped.
What subject was the hardest for you to master?
Well, it started out with geography because like because geography, it was just hard. I like knowing where every single place is, and then like drawing it, like you would like say, oh, this one's Norway. Oh wait, no, that one's Sweden, and then you'd have to like realize, oh wait, no, wait, what? And so like that was also hard. But now geography is one of my favorite subjects because I like to like know where things are, and now I can be able to like say like if someone says as oh yeah, and I've been to Egypt, and I'm like, oh, so have you been to this place and this place in Egypt and stuff, and it's like, and it helps because like when they're talking about like saying where they've been, you're not like clueless like where the heck is that
You have a
place?
picture in your brain of exactly where it is
Yeah,
on the map, right? That's amazing.
yeah.
You're going to be great in challenge A when you have to do all of the mapping, but since that's not going to be a challenge for you, I was telling your mom that you will be able to really dive more deeply into geography because it's so heavy. I think that and Latin are the two heaviest subjects in challenge A. But if you're already good at drawing and you know where stuff is, then you can be learning the capitals of everything if you haven't, and all the geographical terms, and then just studying the countries. So I don't think you're going to be bored in challenge A. In case you thought you might, I don't think you will be. So here's a question I had for you, because I was helping my grandson study to be a memory master, and I kind of just played around on my phone, and I would do speed recordings of the Latin, right? The Latin noun cases and the declensions. And I would just say, how fast can we say it from beginning to end? And we would do it in 30 seconds, record it on my phone. So when we needed to review Latin, we would just play that. Were there any things like that that you wish you had, or things you made to study more efficiently and to make your study time more productive? Like,
Mm. Well, like I think I mean I had a lot of resources that helped me because like you know, do you know Miss Sarah?
mhm.
Yeah, so she had she like would like dig deep into like a lot of like stuff about CC, and she would look up a lot of songs and resources, and like if she found it, and then sometimes if she found stuff useful, or like sometimes she would like like show me, oh look what I found and stuff, and help me like with resources and stuff.
Very nice. Okay. So you said geography was the most difficult at first, but it's probably your favorite right now.
Yeah.
What's the easiest subject for you?
I think I have to say probably science.
Science.
Yeah. I mean, science is easy. History, like for me, like it's it's now easy. Yeah, I mean, still sometimes I struggle on the dates. Like those the dates, oh my goodness, those can really trip you up. So
Yes,
yeah.
the dates can for sure. So history and no, you said science was your easiest. History could trip you up. Any memorization strategies that you experimented with? I know sometimes when you're trying to memorize stuff, you can keep saying it over and over and it doesn't stick in your brain,
Yeah.
but then
Um,
sometimes it does stick. So do you have anything to say about that? How to make stuff a part of your brain so that you don't have to try so hard to remember it?
um, well, it really just depends on like what subject you're trying to learn. I mean, like geography, it helped with like just like having maps and like being able to draw it out quite a few times. And history, it helped, like the songs helped. So like yeah.
Did you ever use the homeschool helper on YouTube where they have you, are you familiar with that channel?
No.
Okay. It's a nice channel on YouTube. It's called Homeschool Helper, and they have the memory work for you can play it by week, you can play it by subject. And so it's nice because it's if you were riding your bike or on your hoverboard and you didn't want to fall down, you could be watching the homeschool helper, do the timeline for you, or the math or the science and stuff. I was just curious if you used that. Let me see what else I wanted to ask you. How do you think this whole experience has affected your life?
Well, I mean, it's made it like with the competition itself, it's made it really busy. Like, because like they would also ask you a lot of questions, and then they would just like and so it's made it really look at like how prayer really helps. And yeah,
So you definitely had to call on
God, yeah.
Father to help you through. So you feel like you got closer to the Lord through this walk and setting a big goal and needing help to get there. What do you think that if someone is considering going for triple memory master, what are things you learned being at the competition that you didn't know before you went?
Well, like, so are you talking about the triple memory master or the national memory?
The triple memory master. So when you went to the memory master competition, what are some things you learned while you were there that maybe you wished you had known prior to going? You learn anything from the other competitors, from the way that they did stuff that you thought, oh, wow, I wish I had done that, or that's a great idea?
I mean, well, like a lot of them, like it helped them like with memorizing like a lot each day, which I did it too. Like I just say like really it just like it like when you put in the work, like just like you should put in the work, because when you put in the work it really pays off. So yeah,
There's not a fast path, right? It's just the diligence and the doing the work every single day. Okay. Is there anything you would have done differently, Luke?
I mean, I know some days I did really slack off. I mean, and I know everybody has those days where they're really tired, but like some days I just wish I did practice more.
That makes sense. You're 12, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And somebody wanted to know, looking back in August and September in the beginning of the school year, how many minutes a day were you studying your memory work?
Like I said earlier, about like an hour to two, because it's like to get in like all the
because you knew like, you wanted to go with it, you knew you wanted, so an hour or two.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question for you. So for your school, you're homeschooled and you do classical conversations. Besides this, do you do other, what does your school day look like? You wake up, can you just kind of tell us what your school day looks like and what subjects you're doing? Is this all you're focusing on when you're preparing for this competition? Do you have other stuff you're working on at home?
Well, like now that CC is actually over, my school day is not really busy, but like before, like when I was preparing, like in the morning, my mom would always make me do math. I was like, no matter what, like whatever day it is, it's like I always had to do math.
What math do you do?
I use teaching textbooks.
Okay.
So
you do a math lesson first every day? Yeah,
I do a few like 3 lessons, and then so after math I would do I would do I would like write a paper, or like, so you know the book The Story of the World.
I like that.
So there's four books. What my mom would do is like I would read some stories, and then I would choose one on either on that or on the timeline to write a story, or like I could write an essay or creative story on it, and then I would do sometimes logic with my brother. I would do Latin and with him. I would do my maths. I would do the geography math app. I would practice my memory work, or just all together, and then I practice with just the 10 prompts. That also I practiced on.
That's a
So
cool day. What time would you say you typically on a normal day? I know that days are different with homeschool and in life, but what time would you normally start school? What time do you kind of aim to get started?
well, school, like we always had a schedule. So like school, like sometimes some days my dad just let us like slack off some days, and then some days is we'd be like be on time. So school for us always started at 8:30,
Okay.
and then our break times would be at 10:10, and we do a 30-minute break till 10:40, and then our lunch time would be a 1 hour lunch from 12:20 to 1:20, and then we'd end school at 3.
Okay. So you have a pretty strict schedule. Yeah, there's room to play,
Yeah.
but do you think that that's important?
Yeah, I think it's important because like if you have extra time in the day, then and you can still have time to do other stuff, instead of just like once you're done with your schoolwork, then you're just done for the rest of the day. Because like school helps to occupy you for
Something worthy to work toward every day, right?
yeah.
Do you have any encouragement that you can offer to anybody that's watching, considering maybe trying to walk in your footsteps?
Well, I know that definitely prayer helps. I know that trusting in God, praying, and keeping Him as like your first priority. But then also, just you don't always. It's not just that, because as like also like I heard in a movie and a book, you also have to put you have to meet God halfway, where you have to He will give you the courage and the strength, but you have to be the one to put in the work, and putting in the work, and the persistence and tenacity will pay off.
It reminds me of when the Lord opened the Jordan River to let the Israelite nation cross. He didn't open it first. First, they had to put their feet in, and then God opened the river. So it's, you have to, like you said, you have to step out in faith that you're going to do it, and God will meet you where you are. I have a couple more questions for you. Let me see.
I'm just gonna get a water bottle.
Yeah. I don't know if I already asked you this, but is there something that was the most memorable thing from this journey that you've been on these last months? Something that's really memorable? My cat wants to join the
Not really. Like definitely what I just said, the putting God first, that really helped.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was really fun challenging myself and seeing how far I could go.
What's next on your radar? What are you shooting for now? Are you a kid that has goals? Do you typically live this way, that you like to challenge yourself and see what you can accomplish?
Yeah. I heard about another competition. Because I like memorizing, and so it's called the Bible Bee,
Oh,
where basically it's like they give you like large portions of scripture, I guess, and I don't know a lot of details, but you have to like recite them, and like whoever there is a cash prize, but yeah.
nice. I don't know if the company is still in existence, but years ago when I went to one of the homeschool conferences, I bought some DVDs and flashcards from a company called Megaverses, and they teach you to memorize verses that are this long, typed, big chunks, and they sing it to song. And so again, it's kind of similar to the style that we use in CC, and it's helpful to help you learn large chunks of information. Okay, so two more questions, Luke. What are your hobbies besides being this scholar and trying to learn everything? What else do you like to do?
I like doing soccer. I have soccer practice on Thursday and games on Saturday.
Okay.
So yeah, today I just played a game earlier, and then I like playing basketball with my cousins and my brother and friends, and then I like playing piano. Oh, so
So
uh, um
you do it. You're an athlete, you're a musician, you're a scholar.
I like coding.
Do you?
I do like coding, and then I like cooking, which I like, and baking.
Nice.
I like a lot of things.
That's good. You're not a boring person. Um, one of the people in our community want to know, what's your favorite thing about Minecraft?
I think I know who that is, but uh I don't really know. I just like, it's fun. You get to be creative. You can build. You can and try to you start out with literally nothing, and you can like either speed run it, or just like like um or just like play a normal game, and I guess it's just fun, like how the characters and all the things. Yeah.
It's fun. What role, here's my last question. Okay. Thank you so much for talking to me. What role did your parents play in this? Did they stir you up to set a goal? What was the role of your parents in all of this?
So my mom, she'd help, like she was the one to like actually quiz me. It, like she was like the one that was helping me with that part. My dad was of the homeschool dad, and so he would take us to CC. He would do the homeschooling with us, and then my mom would quiz me. My dad would quiz me sometimes too. So
Now, when this was it was all your idea, or did you talk to your parents about it to say, hey, I am considering this?
well, yeah, it was my idea, but I also like told my mom that I told my mom and dad about it, and they thought it was a cool experience, and so I decided to go for it.
Fantastic. So I guess that's all the questions I have. Anything else you wanted to share?
No, not really.
I am so thankful that you took the time to tell us all about this journey. I'm sure there's questions I missed. Maybe in the future we can catch up with you again and see what you're up to, how you're thriving in Challenge A, and whatever else you have, whatever's next for you in your life. I just want to say you're a very commendable young man. I hope and believe that you have encouraged a lot of people to step out and set higher goals And whether or not they go for triple memory master or try to get to the national memory master competition, you've definitely raised the bar, Luke, and I'm so proud of you. That it's amazing. And I just hope and pray that in our community that more people would step up to become memory masters and see where it takes them. So God bless you and congratulations. What an amazing year you've had.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a super great summer.
Okay, thank you.
God bless you, Luke. Thanks so much.